Now we know we've been working with Aries. It's Aries season, soon to be Taurus. Meeting up with Pisces, and we talked about the vision of the two fish coming together in visions for our full moon in Libra. And there it is, meeting up with the full moon in Libra. And we know we got justice twice. This is all about justice and the restoration of balance. And this is justice of the heart through the center point. We found the center point. We are the center point. And we're able to release here. And we're releasing what's no longer serving us. What's not for the greater good, for the collective and for us. Because we are connected to the collective. And this is that super pink full moon in Libra. And boy, was it ever bright. It was super. Okay. Now we know a portal was activated. We got the activation of the Four of Wands. And there's going to be a completion of this. We're going to expand from within to without. We're going to free within to a new level without. That's what this has been about. That's why we've been healing to the core. Okay, we're going to keep this over here. We've been healing to the core. But we healed to the core by embracing the in-between. By embracing the center point. This is healing from the extremes. This is healing from it being this or that, the extremes. This is filling in the center, the very center of the patterning. And, you know, imagine this being a teeter-totter. We're able to just hold the balance through the center point. And this has to do with the core within. And as within, so without. We're going within first. And we know we found out the power of water. And now the water is incredible. Think about how the fact that water can take on any form that it's put into, right? Cup of water, a teapot of water, a bowl of water, a pitcher of water. And this is expanding with Pisces. And this has to do with allowance. We're going to get into allowance within a minute here. Now we're going to flower, okay? This has to do with the cosmic flower. And this has to do with seed energy, fertility, and birth. And our connection to today, the egg, fertility, birthing anew, healing with the inner child to a whole new level, to the core. So we activated the cosmic blueprint, and that's how we've activated the cosmic flower. And in order to do this, we needed our Merkaba, because this supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. Accessing our Akashic inheritance, as well as merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. And that has to do with the center points in between, the totality of our experiences. And this has to do with past, future, and present coming together through the present moment. Past, future, and present coming together through the present moment. And a remembrance. We're remembering who we are to the center, to our core. And fertility, because this has to do with fertility and the egg and the birthing of a new. We're going to birth a whole new self, guys. We're going to birth a whole new self. Now, last time we met up for this super pink full moon in Libra, we got this activation, the soul star activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who we are. And this is part of our path. This is part of our mission work. We're in a time of remembrance, remembering who we are to the core. As we've accessed the divine matrix, interconnectedness, and this is within, right? Synchronicity and God incidences. God incidences? Yeah, what a tricky word. And this has to do with the prophecy of the rainbow warriors, spirit people, the rainbow people coming to the earth to heal the earth. And I know many of you have heard what this entails. When the earth is ravaged and the animals and life are dying, the rainbow people will appear. And we are appearing, guys. We have been building ourselves. we've been building ourselves from without to within and within to without. And this has to do with healing with our sacral chakra, because we need our sacral chakra. This is about fertility after all. And one of the main things that this artificial hack of the artificial matrix has done is has twisted up our sacral chakra and our manifestations and our creative life force energy, and has been siphoning this. No more though, because we've untwisted it. So the Queen of Cups is here, and we've healed to a whole new level with our sacral chakra in order to birth. Remember, we need to birth. It's the feminine and the masculine that are going to birth. It's connected to the child, the children, the inner child, and the divine. And what we're birthing is our inner authority. Guys, we're going to birth our inner authority from within to without. So we've taken back our power. We're listening to our intuition, desires, and feelings, because we need our passions in order to do this. And this does have to do with our insides, who we are within, our true authentic being, the connection to our feminine. So we've illuminated our path to a whole new level. Okay, this is illumination. We needed to see this, so we saw this within. It's our purpose. It's our path. It's our 10 of Cups. This is emotional healing, emotional freedom. You know, we all have parts of us we don't show the rest of the world because maybe fear of judgment, shame. You know, it's hard to show ourselves who we truly are through, you know, social conditioning and these cookie cutter templates. You know, you're only allowed to be this or that, but that's not what we came here to do. We came here to break out of those molds, those cookie cutter templates, and activate our authenticity. And this has to do with our authentic vibration, frequency, and energy. 369. Okay? So we know we're healing with the wind, the element of air, and how we're going to do this is we're not just seeing the expanded consciousness. We're going to expand it by acting on it. So we're seeing how to heal with the element of air, and then we act on it with the masculine. This is the end of the equation. The equation hasn't been finished because many people are just doing it within the mind. We're not. We're acting on it in order to transform it. We're in a time of completion with the masculine to heal with force. Okay, and this has to do with no longer forcing ourselves to what's inauthentic to us, because that causes imbalance within. And this has to do with really listening to that inner child and still being able to balance the inner child out with, you know, mom and dad, the masculine and feminine, with our connection to the divine, the creator, source energy. So we're in a time of completion with our evolution, what we came here to do. There's a very big message here, resurrection, and a connection to the time that we're in. And guys, this is where we get to heal with religion. You know, there is truth within everything, and there's also, you know, illusions. This is the energy of the opposites coming together to create the whole. We are in a time of resurrection, and what this time of year symbolizes, okay, the symbolism of it. And this is where we're birthing that whole new self. This has to do with this portal, okay? So in order to do this, we had to deal with our sorrows. We had to deal with the negative. It's part of this activation. These 5 of Cups is part of the 10 of Cups. Let me get it straight, guys. It's part of how we see this. This is the energy of opposites coming together to create the whole. Everything that doesn't resonate with us, that hurts, this is the creation of the happiness from the sadness. You know, the positive charge from the negative, and accepting the whole. And this has to do with justice and the restoration of balance. And we know we received this card twice last time we met up during, you know, it was justice and the 3rd house. It's within that part of the message. And this is part of the activation, remember, with our sacral chakra. And that is also, we had to heal with our sacral in order to activate our 10 of Cups, our purpose, and our emotional healing, our emotional freedom. And we know the 9 is connected to the 10. We're in manifestation of wish fulfillment, and it's with this cup. It's literally getting well, guys. We're getting well, okay? And we're in manifestation time with this super pink full moon. Healing with our sacral chakra. There's a connection to working with the throat chakra, okay? So the moon is here, and the moon illuminated the center point to the core with the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is our connection to the core. We went so deep within ourselves. We saw the core. We saw the core of our authenticity. Oh, I grabbed this card, and I want to show you where this was activated, okay? This is when we got this activation. Well, we got these cards after we got our activation, okay? The Ten of Wands. And look, we're still looking to who we are without. See how she's seeing herself without with that mirror? And we're having a metamorphosis of that. We're having a death and transformation of looking to ourselves without. Because the High Priestess came on up in here with some information for us. And it's, remember, this is hidden knowledge. To look within with the Hermit. We're going to look within and see our authentic self. This is not looking without in that mirror. To see the beauty of who we are. To see our authenticity. To see our authentic self. This is looking within. The reflection within. Our connection to source energy from within, seed energy, and seeing who we are. And what that activated was the Page of Swords. Okay, now remember, we found out last time we met up, this is about being able to tune in. This is about vibration, frequency, and energy. And look, she's listening. Do you see she's listening? She's got that Sword of Clarity. She's listening. We need to listen within. We need to accept our authentic self within. And we're going to see this self. So there's a death of old self and looking to without for clarification of who we are. Clarification to feel high vibe. To looking within to our true self of who we are to the core. And we are birthing this person from within to without. That is the time that we are in. And I want to show you what it's connected to. We know it's connected to the Seven of Pentacles and growth. Okay. And this means something. We're going to find out what that is when we build off this. The Seven of Pentacles and growth, right? The harvest, because we're going to harvest from seed energy as we birth from within to without. This is where what we're birthing, our true self, connects to manifestations here on the earth and how we are connected to Gaia, okay? And what we birth from within to without is going to transform what Gaia is birthing from within to without, and it has to do with the harvest and the sweet nectars of life. And we know that the sweet nectars of life we're creating with the negative, and we're turning the negative into what is sweet, the positive, okay? Through transformation, transmutation, and that's connected to justice. And we're going to start here on our next reading the next time we meet up, okay? We know we got justice twice. And this has to do with healing with force, healing with the masculine, and the masculine is going to help us with fertility to birth this whole new person. And this whole new person is connected to the star. This is healing. And remember, this comes back now to the vision of the meeting of the two fish and the two fish coming together. That's why she has the fish bones. Okay, and this was activated between the new moon in Aries and the full moon in Libra. And there it is. We birth anew. We birth that whole new self. That's our connection to the Four of Wands. That's our connection to this. this gateway, the gateway of light that was activated, and I am presence. And we talked about this on our last 2 readings before this, okay, guys? So we've birthed this new self from within to without. And we've been talking about this. This is this activation here with the Page of Swords. And remember, the Page of Swords here is when we're listening. We're listening to vibration, frequency, and energy. We've activated our authentic self with our truth here. And then we're going to go from the Page of Swords to the 9 of Pentacles, and we transform a whole new person from within to without, and we give birth to this whole new person. And here we're in a completion of it, and that we know the 4 of Wands is connected to New Earth. This is part of mission work. This is part of birthing that person for New Earth. And what it's connected to, okay, is activating with seed energy with the masculine. We're no longer being reckless with life. We're being audacious, activating with Christ consciousness. Remember, within the hermits. This is within with the hermits. This is where we begin birthing this whole new person, okay? So past and the future come together through the present moment. We have the fertility and the cosmic egg. Remember, this is about egg, seed energy. So the masculine's going to come on in there and fertilize this egg to birth this person, our authentic self, to the core. So we're birthing our authentic self to the core, from within to without. And that's where the past and the future come together through the present moment, the in-between. And remember, this has to do with the center point, where we're holding the balance with Libra here. And that's how these 2 fish are coming together, okay? Through the center point, the restoration of balance. And this has to do with our 10 of Pentacles. We're going to go from the 9 to the 10 and repairing to the center point. This cord is severed. We believe this cord is severed, right? This has to do with healing with the inner child to the center point. And we're doing this as we go to the center point and we do inner child healing. The center point is illuminated, and the birthing of the authentic self from within to without. And that's setting us free. That's part of our 10 of Cups and our emotional healing and freedom. To healing from, you know, the traumatic experiences and emotional wounding and imprinting. And here is where we birth anew. We're going to birth anew with Gaia. And heal remember, the star is Aquarius, and this has to do with the inner child, healing with this artificial hack of this artificial matrix within the element of air, no longer being distracted but creating with our possibilities, our authenticity. It's part of our pathway home. We're shifting here. We're not in idleness. We've found our purpose. This is connected to our 10 of Cups and going home. And healing from that artificial hack of the matrix and what it's got us in. This is the 5 of Swords. This is conflict of the mind. We're healing from conflict of the mind by allowing our authentic self free and birthing our authentic self from within to without, so we can free ourselves from this and being caught in a loop with this. This is destruction with the mind, and we know the mind is connected to the body and the soul as we expand with the spirit. We're clearing up this hack because we're listening to within. We're not listening to without. We're listening to within, but remember, without There's something that needs to be repaired, some sort of damage that was caused from without to within, to the center point, to the core. And we brought this within. But we needed to heal from this. We needed to heal from this to see where this was brought within to the center point. And that's what was illuminated. Remember, the feminine, this has to do with our habitual patterning. This was illuminated so that we could see our authentic self, repair, mend, create anew, and birth our authenticity here. This is healed. This has to do with emotional healing. And our emotional intelligence is the energy in motion. And this is where we do so. We got these activations together. Remember, we're birthing. So, and I just dropped the child, guys. We birth with the Mother of Pentacles. And there it is. We birth the Daughter of Pentacles. So we activate the Mother of Pentacles, the Earth. And this has to do with our connection to entering Taurus season. And we birth our whole new self. And we heal. We heal with the element of air. We repaired through the in-between, through the center point. What was severed, what was damaged, from within to without. And this is connected to synergy, healing with our light body, clearing this untapped energy, because we need to expand with our light body to the center point. This has to do with Cancer. Remember, emotional freedom, emotional intelligence, emotional imprinting. And we did this by facing our fears, working through them, achieving our goals. And remember, this goes from a new moon to a full moon, working with our habitual patterning. And the creation of life, we're expanding with creation. And that's connected to this, where we expand with life. And the sweet nectars of life we've created here through the negative. That's our symbolism and our connection to the bees. And healing from sexual repression into healthy sexual expression, guys. This is part of us. And this is love. We're not in lust, we're in love. That's part of the restoration of balance with the earth here, through the center points. Healing from the lust templates, because that's connected to the Five of Swords, where we just want to continue to be in conflict with the minds. This is healthy. This isn't. And I feel like many of us know what this is, and many of us know what this is. We felt this with our counterpart, and we felt this with karmic relationships, okay? And maybe we did experience, going from here to here with our counterpart and clearing this out. And this is birthing anew with the Empress. We're birthing this whole new person. With purification from lust, right? From lust to love. So we purified the patterns of lust. And that's the phoenix rising with the ashes. And we did this with Mother Earth. Remember, we're birthing anew with Gaia. And there it is. We heal with the element of air. And this has to do with our receptivity from within to without. Now, when we do this, when we do this within, we're going to be able to channel better. We're going to be able to expand with our energy better. We're going to be able to raise the frequency of this planet at a whole new level. This is mission work with the collective. Right? So we've done soul healing here with the element of air, with our truths, with our authenticity, our receptivity, and that allowed us to activate our truths to a whole new level, to the center point with seed energy. And look, here's the feminine, the power of water, and the masculine, the power of fire. Aries season coming together with working with Pisces, and that conjunction with Jupiter and Neptune, and the super pink full moon in Libra. We know we got these cards together, not on our last reading, but the reading before. This activated the inner child healing, our heart chakra. So we've gone from our throat to our hearts. We now heal with the earth star chakra, the underworld, allowing us to nurture ourselves at a whole new level, because we know this is connected to this. Okay. We activate with our passions. The root chakra, because we're going to go from the earth star to the root. Remember, with that untapped energy up the kundalini, and transition with allowance. Now remember, we talked about allowance. This is all about allowance at the end of the day. This is one of the biggest messages. This is we're gonna activate with that untapped energy from the earth star up and burst through to the heart, through all the chakras, and then go to the soul star here and have soul healing. So we are going to expand from the earth star to the soul star with the message of allowance. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. And that's what's happened. The universe became our partner in order for us to birth anew, to birth this whole new person from within to without. And it is connected to our love, getting well with the cups. Remember the mother, expanding with the father, the fire, as we heal with communication and have a spiritual awakening. Because remember, this is about a whole new level of our spiritual awakening, because this is about receptivity. This is happening from within to without. This is about receptivity. This is about receptivity. And this is how we're coming together with our counterpart. This has to do with how we're doing this. We're not doing this from without to within. We're doing this from within to without. Now, that doesn't mean that we haven't expanded from without to within. But this is happening from within to without. All right, guys, let's head on over to our next part and receive our messages and expand off this. I love you all, guys. I'll see you there.